Math 8, Unit 1, Lesson 5, Part 2, Solving Equations, Special Solution Types, the Notes and Examples. So in your notebook, this video can be paused to give you time to copy down. You'll copy down in your notes, I can solve linear equations and recognize special solution types, including no solution and infinitely many solutions. The infinitely many solutions was the equals any number that we talked about in the last video. Okay, so I can solve linear equations and recognize special solution types, including no solution and infinitely many solutions. I recommend pausing the video and allowing students to copy that down. Now underneath that, this is the rest of it. Here's what to remember, or what it looks like. The situation. You're solving, and the variable is eliminated on both sides. You end up with number equals number. Now, if number equals number is true, you have infinitely many solutions, or the variable can equal any number. If number equals number is false, then you will get no solution, and you'll just report the answer is no solution. Recommend pausing the video so students can finish copying. Okay, let's do some more examples. Actually, on these, I would recommend pausing the video and giving time to work out each one. Students can work it out within their notebooks on a different page than the regular notes. First example, 20c plus 5 equals 5c plus 65. Realizing there's a 20c and a 5c, we pick one of them. I like to pick the smaller one. So let's subtract 5c from both sides. 20c minus 5c plus 5, and 5c minus 5c plus 65. Now the 5c minus 5c is going to be 0. It'll be gone, which is what we wanted. And our 20c minus 5c will become 15c. So we get 15c plus 5 equals 65. Then from there, I think we want to do something about this plus 5. We're trying to get the c by itself. So let's do a negative 5 on both sides. The 5 minus 5 will be gone. It'll be 0. And the 65 minus 5 becomes 60. And then we want to get rid of the 15. So we're going to divide both sides by 15. You can see that indicated here as dividing both sides by 15. Now 15 over 15 is 1. We just get 1c. 60 divided by 15 is 4. So c equals 4 is the solution. We can actually check that back up here. 20 times 4 is 80, plus 5 is 85 on that side. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 65 is also 85. So c equals 4 is a solution. Now let's look at this second one. This, again, I recommend copying it down and trying it out and then watching the solution on the video. Pausing it so that you get time to work it out. 3/8 minus 1/4 t equals 1/2 t minus 3/4. What I recommend first here is to get rid of all the fractions. And you can do that by multiplying by the common denominator, which in this case is 8. So I'm indicating here with the pink color that I'm multiplying both sides by 8. That's just doing the same thing to both sides. When I multiply, 8 times 3/8 is 3. 8 times negative 1/4 is negative 2. 8 times 1/2 is 4. And 8 times negative 3/4 is negative 6. 3 minus 2t plus 2t. So I'm going to add 2t. That'll get rid of the minus 2t. And then I add 2t here as well. The negative 2t plus 2t is gone. That's good. And the 4t plus 2t is 6t. So we get 3 equals 6t minus 6. So we still have the t. As long as we still have the variable, we keep on going. We go ahead and add 6 to both sides to get rid of the minus 6. 3 plus 6 will give us 9. And 6t minus 6 plus 6 will just give us 6t. and then we can divide both sides by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, and then 9 divided by 6 is a fraction, 9/6, and that can be reduced to 3/2. So we get the answer t equals 3/2 for this equation. You also could get, as a decimal, 1.5, or you could get 1.5 as a mixed number. Okay, next example. 5 plus 2 times parentheses n plus 1 close parentheses equals 2. Recommend that students copy this down and try it out first, and then watch the video. Pause to work it out. Now, first thing I would do is distribute that 2. Now, after distributing it, 2 times n is 2n, 2 times 1 is 2. Now, I've highlighted these in green because the 5 plus 2 can be simplified, and you get 7. 7 plus 2n equals 2n. Now, recognizing there's a 2n that I can get rid of, I subtract both sides by 2n minus 2n. 2n minus 2n, 0, and 2n minus 2n, 0. This gives me 7 equals 0. Now, last time I checked, that was false. So, I get when the variable's gone and I get a false statement, there is no solution. Okay, next. 7 minus 3r equals r minus 4 times parentheses 2 plus r. Again, I recommend pausing the video and trying this out and then playing the video to see the solution. First thing I would do is distribute the negative 4. We're actually distributing a negative here. This gives 7 minus 3r on that side does not change. R doesn't change. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, and negative 4 times r is negative 4r. Now again, I've highlighted here in green because I'm going to simplify. R minus 4r is negative 3r. That's 1 minus 4, negative 3. Next, I'm going to pick one of the r's. Let's pick this one, negative 3r. Add 3r to both sides. Negative 3r plus 3r is 0, and negative 3r plus 3r here is also 0. So we get 7 equals negative 8 remaining. Now that is false, so this is going to have no solution. Okay, a couple more examples. Same thing here. 4 times 2a minus 1 in parentheses equals negative 10 times a minus 5 in parentheses. Copy down, try the problem, pause the video, then watch the solution. First thing, of course, with the parentheses, let's go ahead and distribute the 4. We're also going to distribute the negative 10. 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 times 1 is 4. Well, 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. Negative 10 times a is negative 10a, and negative 10 times negative 5 is positive 50. Okay. Next, we want to add the same thing to both sides. In this case, it looks like we're going to get rid of the negative 10. So add 10a to both sides. You could have done minus 8a, and it would work out the same in the end anyway. 8 plus 10 is 18. And negative 10 plus 10 is 0, so we get 18a minus 4 equals 50. Then we need to get rid of this minus 4, so let's go ahead and add 4 to both sides. 18a minus 4 plus 4, and 50 plus 4. Well, 18a minus 4 plus 4 is just 18a, and 50 plus 4 is 54. Next, we need to divide by this 18 to get the a by itself. So I'm dividing by 18 on both sides. 18 divided 18 is 1, and 54 divided 18 is 3. So 1a equals 3. A equals 3 is our answer. If I check that out up here, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 minus 1 is 5, 4 times 5 is 20. I get 20 on this side of the equation. Right here, 3. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Negative 10 times negative 2 is also 20. So it is true, it does work. Okay, next example. 2 times w minus 3 plus 5 equals 3 times w minus 1. Again, I recommend you try this problem out on paper and then watch the solution. You may pause the video. Okay, the solution. First, we would notice that the parentheses, we need to distribute a 2 here and distribute a 3 here. 2 times w is 2w, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. 3 times w is 3w, and 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Next, I notice this negative 6 plus 5. They are like terms. We can add them and get negative 1. So we've got negative 1 here. Now, pick a w. Let's get rid of the 2w. So we'll subtract 2w from both sides. We get 2w minus 2w and 3w minus 2w. Well, this is 0 on this side, and over here 3 minus 2 is 1. So we just get negative 1 equals w minus 3. 1w. Don't need the 1 though. Next, let's get rid of the minus 3. We'll go ahead and add 3 to both sides. Negative 1 plus 3 equals w minus 3, and then we'll add 3 here as well. This is 0, and negative 1 plus 3 is 2. This gives us our answer, w equals 2. Now just check the answer real quick. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Okay, so we get negative 2 plus 5, which is 3. So the number on this side ends up equaling 3. When I plug 2 in here, I get 3 times 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 in parentheses is 1. 3 times 1 is 3, so I get 3 here as well. 3 equals 3, that's true. So w equals 2 is the answer. Okay, now you're going to have some time to practice. In equation dot 5, which is solve equations with the variable on both sides, part 2, you're going to solve each equation, check the solution if possible. We've got x plus 6 equals x. Well, I'm not going to read through all of these. You need to do a step on both sides. Remember to always do the same thing to both sides. It says to check if possible. If you get no solution, there's no solution to check. If you get infinitely many solutions, or that the variable can be any number, you're not going to be able to check all the solutions, so don't worry about checking it there. If you get just one answer, please check the solution. Number 2, each example describes a situation, kind of a real world type situation maybe, in which either there is no solution or there are infinitely many solutions, in which the variable can be any number. Write an equation and demonstrate why there is no solution or why there are infinitely many solutions. So we've got a situation from geometry where you're told that these two figures have the same area. And we've got a situation dealing with different pizza places that make pizza crusts. You'll need to write an equation to demonstrate that there's either no solution or infinitely many. Number 3, you're going to solve the absolute value equations and check solutions. You're going to want to definitely check solutions here. At least one of these doesn't have a solution that works. Number 4, this is taking you back in time. You're just going to multiply using the standard algorithm, subtract with the standard algorithm, and divide with the standard algorithm, which would be long division. So that would be just showing your work. Check it with a calculator. Number 5, unit rate problem. That's a review back to 7th grade. Determine the volume of the prism. Remember, volume is length times width times height. Length, width, and height all multiplied together. You also could do base area times height, which was what the official formula was. Number 7, this is a intricate problem that actually helps prepare you for the test. You're going to have to write an equation in which there's x's on both sides of the equation and solve it. And then you end up using that solution. So equal amounts of white paint and black paint. I recommend writing an expression that represents the amount of white paint and making that equal to the amount of black paint. Then solve for x. Then after you solve for x, you're going to have to plug it in and find out what these lengths are so that you can figure out how long the hallway is. And then part B has you do something else with the hallway and see if it ends up being the same hallway. Number 8, you're going to fill in the blank with integers to create both an equation that has no solution and an equation that has infinitely many solutions. Explain why each has no solution or infinitely many solutions. Now there is a question similar to this on the test where there are some blanks. It says to fill in the blank so that, maybe there's no solution, maybe there's infinitely many solutions, or maybe you fill in the blank so that the solution is 4 or something like that. So this is good practice leading up to a question on the test. All right, work on your assignment.